2 years. 2 years I have waited for this movie to come out, and finally it came out, and I saw it. And I saw it tonight. I'm probably gonna upload this really late because I don't know. I just want to get this review over with and talk about the movie. But yeah, the movie's called You're Next. You've probably heard of it, and it is awesome. Okay. Again, I've heard this movie back way in 2011. It kept premiering in these festivals, and I was just like, I've read the plot and everything. I'm like, this movie sounds awesome. I really want to watch it. And you know, I kind of like looked it up online, saying like, where can I watch this movie? When does it come out? And then you know, it didn't come out. It never really did. And then earlier this year, I learned that Your Next was coming out in August. And I was like, oh my god, I'm actually gonna see this movie. This has been my most anticipated movie for the longest time, and I am finally gonna see it. Tonight, I was so happy I got to finally see this movie, and I wasn't very disappointed because this movie's actually pretty awesome. So yeah, tonight I went with a couple of friends to see You're Next. You know, they released a lot of awesome posters, like this one, or 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 this one. But my favorite poster is, I think, the very first poster that was released, so that's the poster I'm going to use with the blood. Anyways, so yeah, You're Next. I have heard of this film. Again, I already told you my whole story, but yeah, guys, I've heard of this movie way back, and it finally came out. I knew it before anybody else did. One of the first people. Like, you know, people are very first now hearing about this movie. I knew it back way then. I can't even talk right now because I'm just kind of really tired. It's like 1 o'clock right now. Anyways, but yeah, so I saw You're Next, and it was awesome. Let me tell you the plot. So basically, yeah, it's a home invasion movie, okay? But this one's a little bit different. Basically, this family reunites together in this one big house. I can almost call it a mansion, but it's a big house, almost in the middle of nowhere. Like, you know, there's like woods surrounding it. And, you know, this family reunites together. There's like the mom and the dad, and then there's like 3 brothers, and they all have like their girlfriends or wives or whatever. You know, they're just out having a dinner, and you know, they're reuniting together. And then all of a sudden, this crazy stuff start happening. People start dying, and it turns out that these people in these animal masks come out, and they're starting to kill them. So basically, what happens is there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on, and that's pretty much as far as I'm going to tell you, because I do not want to spoil anything for you. But there are a couple of twists and turns in here, and there are some very, very graphic kills in here. A lot of blood and gore. I was like, this is pretty awesome. Now, I do have to say, like I said, my anticipations were so high for this movie that I was expecting something amazing. And it was pretty amazing, but I think I got my hopes up a little too high on this one. I was like, you know, I was expecting so much more, but I mean, I guess that's my fault because my hopes were just so high for this movie for like the longest time. But I loved it either way. I loved it. I will talk about a couple flaws in the film, though. First one, I think the most annoying flaw to me was the acting. The acting was not the best. It was actually very laughable. I was kind of laughing at how bad the acting was. But a part of me feels like the director, Adam Wingard, who is an awesome director, by the way, I have a feeling that he kind of purposely made the actors act bad. So, like, the main character, Aaron, who I'm going to talk about in a little bit, would seem like, you know, a lot better. It also seemed like he made the characters a lot more dumber. Like, you know, it's common sense, and you know, my brother watched it with me. He said he got really frustrated in the movie because, you know, some of the characters were kind of stupid. They made some bad choices. You know, it's just common sense, and it kind of annoyed him. It didn't annoy me as much because I'm used to horror movies like that. But, you know, I think he purposely made the characters, like, have bad acting and made them a little bit stupid. That kind of came out wrong. But I think he did that purposely so he can make the main character, Aaron, seem a lot more smarter and better, you know, and like make her like the big part of the movie, which I really liked. But still, the acting was not very good. But I mean, other than that, you know, and besides some very slow parts, the beginning, you know, you kind of have to get through it. It's like a half hour long where it's just, you know, talking and the family's reuniting, which is cool. You know, they're kind of building up this story, but you know, I feel like it could have been shorter. But hey, whatever. You know, I saw what I needed, and it was awesome. Now, for the main character in the film, Erin, wow, she is awesome. Okay, so, you know, she's like the smart one. She's like the main character. She's like the big, you know, again, the big part of the movie, and you're always rooting for her, because she's such a badass in this film. You're rooting for her. You want her to win. You want her to kill these people off. And, you know, it's all really, really exciting. And then, you know, but she's killing people left and right, and like I'd say the second part of this film was very awesome, because she was just killing people again left and right, and it was, I'm trying to find another word for awesome, but that's what this movie is. Now maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, because you know the movie's not like, I'm sure a lot of you are gonna say the movie was good but not great, but you know, again, I've heard of this movie like way back when it first came out and started in festivals, but you know, I can't even talk right now. I can't even think. But, you know what I'm trying to prove. But yeah, I really think you guys should definitely check this movie out. Go see it. And I also like how they added like a little bit of black comedy in there. Like, you know, there are some humorous parts, you know, just to kind of like relieve you from like all the stuff that's going on. Because it's pretty intense. Like, the movie, it's pretty intense, and you're rooting for the characters. You feel like the character, I can't explain it. But yeah, it's really good. Yeah, again, there are some humorous parts in there. It is not necessarily like a flat-out black comedy. Like, it's not as funny as like Cabin in the Woods tried to be, where it's just like a straight-up horror comedy. But, you know, it's a horror movie with a few humorous moments, and they kind of worked, because it was actually pretty funny. Yeah, guys, overall, I really liked Your Next. It was awesome. The kills were just really good, bloody, gory. And, you know, in the first 2 seconds, you know, there's a sex scene. So, you know, that was a good way to start the movie off. And then there's a kill, and then title sequence. So, yeah, but overall, I really, really liked the movie. I'm probably going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I was thinking about giving it a 4 at one point, because I was maybe just a tiny bit disappointed. Because, you know, my hopes were up too high, and I expected something a lot more amazing. But, you know, I got what I got. And I'm just gonna give it 4.5, because you know what, this is the movie I've been wanting to see for the longest time now, and I saw it, and I should be thankful for it. And Adam Wingard is a genius, so thank you, Adam Wingard, for creating this awesome movie. I definitely say it's up there with the top 10 best horror movies of the year. Probably gonna be in my video this year, so good job, Adam Wingard. Also, something I didn't know was that T. West was in the film. I think I read that somewhere like a couple years ago, but T. West is in the film, so I mean, yeah. But yeah, guys, definitely check out Your Next. Let's see, yesterday I went to the Cornetto trilogy, where I saw Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. And I really, really liked The World's End, but Your Next, I might have liked a little bit more, just saying. You know, The World's End was really good too, it was very funny, but Your Next I kind of liked just a little bit more. But yeah, so my suggestion was to go see both. Both are very awesome movies, you know. If you had to choose between one, personally, I would say Your Next, but if you're into more like comedy and sci-fi, go see The World's End. But still, they're both great movies, but personally, I like Your Next. So, yeah, guys, that is it. I finally saw it. I finally made my review. I loved it, personally. It was great. You guys would probably think so, too. Probably won't think it's as great as I think it is, because I waited for this movie to come out for a very long time now. But, yeah, I'm starting to lose my breath, and I'm starting to not talk right, so I'm just going to end my review. Alright guys, thanks for watching this review. I'm Jacob Palacio. Do not forget to leave a comment down below on what movie I should review next, and I will see you guys later.